Hey, so this is my latest piece I'm working on. It is not in all that bad a shape. It's actually something that's been in my house for a long time. I really kind of like it the way it is, but I can't leave things well enough alone. Besides, it's got a little bit of wear and tear that should be worked on anyway. And I got inspired. Modern Makeovers. You don't know this channel? Please, I've got a link in the description box. You're gonna love it. He does you can't call it furniture flipping. You can't even call it furniture art. He's an artist who happens to work in furniture. And usually every time I just watch his stuff and just am like, whoa. But this last project that I have linked below, I went, wait a minute, I might be able to do that teeny tiny small part of it. And this is a perfect piece to do it on. So let's go. Now I've cleaned this piece and I won't bother showing you the whole thing about it, but the one cool thing is this piece was already numbered with its drawers. If they weren't, I'd have to do it. I will say though, 2 of the drawers were misnumbered because they just slide in better opposite, so I did switch those. But other than that, it's time to go ahead and start taking this piece a little bit apart. I want to mess with these handles. I don't want to change them. I like their patina, but I just know that working on the drawers without them, infinitely easier.
Why does everything have to be so complicated?
Why do you keep making it so difficult?
I'm making it difficult?
Don't give up.
Finally!
Got this at an estate sale. So this is a freebie and I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm filling some of these holes. The goal is to fill the holes even though I'm going to put the same handles in, but I just want to have it so that the screws have something more substantial to get into, seeing as they had a lot of work to get out.
There's more.
There's more.
There's more, isn't there?
This was a cool Modern Makeovers tip too. When you're working with something that's concaved, you can wrap your sandpaper around something with an arch that's similar to it, and that'll get in the grooves there. But yeah, there was a lot of sanding for this.
We get it!
This was my first time working with Tung Oil, and I gotta say, I know that this might not be 100% blend, or 100% Tung Oil, it's probably a blend, but I really liked it. The tung oil I'm using is actually something I got from an estate sale a while back, and I actually got it for free. But yeah, I got a little messy with the container. Because the next part is staining and it's kind of in a fade setup, I want it to match the drawers, so they have to be in place. But I also want to be able to get the rim of the drawer and the part of the cabinet that holds it all evenly stained too, and not covering each other up. So what I'm doing is trying to elevate the drawers so there's enough of a gap that I can get underneath them, and I can also make sure that if the drawer itself has any drips, I can catch that before it makes a bigger mess.
So you do have a plan.
So my plan is to have a bit of a fade going on with a black stain, but at the bottom, I want it to be the natural color. So the way I'm going to try to achieve this is by using the tung oil. It's an oil, and you know, oil and water don't mix. So I'll do the tung oil at the bottom and then almost all the way up to the middle ground or a little bit further. Then I'll use this water-based stain. Now, quick note here, I tried putting it on with an old sponge. No, bad. Didn't work very well. Highly recommend just using a cloth. Lint-free, of course. Anyway, so what I'm going to do though is I want to get it so that it's the darkest on top and then gradually it gets lighter. Well, as the water-based stain and the tung oil mix, that's not going to go well, so that should make it a little bit translucent. But even to help it out more, I'm going to add some water to this water-based paint for the middle section so I can get a better blend. Well, I still don't really know what kind of wood it is that I am working with on this piece. I'm almost thinking poplar, but it's if you've got an answer to that, I'd love it if you could drop that in the, discussion below. Oh, hey, and if you wouldn't mind clicking subscribe, that really helps out the channel, and of course I'd appreciate a thumbs up. I understand not everybody's gonna like this, but it works for me. I'm actually thinking about maybe doing the rest of my bedroom furniture that way. Thanks for watching The Asking Spot. I always wanted to do that burnt wood technique. It's a Japanese, but you really should do that with raw wood. And I'm usually working on furniture that has already been messed with. There's a plane. And there's a scooter. Noisy.